In 1485, Sultan Bayezid II issued an edict banning the printing of books, a decision encouraged by both the religious and ruling establishments, who feared the printing press could wreak havoc. This ban isolated the Ottoman Empire from the scientific and cultural advancements sweeping through Europe during the Renaissance, fueled by the widespread dissemination of printed texts. Today, Pakistan faces a similar crossroads. The chairman of the Council of Islamic Ideology has declared VPNs un-Islamic, and the Interior Ministry has subsequently blocked access, part of a broader effort to tighten control over the internet. Reports indicate that the government is building a Chinese-style firewall, threatening to isolate Pakistan from the global digital community. In this video, we'll explore Pakistan's history of internet suppression and examine the impact it could have on the country's economy and society. Press and internet freedom are seldom upheld in dictatorships, and Pakistan, with its extensive history of military rule, is no exception. Since gaining independence, the country has been under direct military governance for 34 years. Even during periods of democracy, the military wields considerable influence, leading to censorship even in ostensibly democratic times. Large social media platforms have frequently found themselves in a precarious position in Pakistan, often oscillating between being banned and unbanned. For instance, Pakistan banned YouTube for 3 years, starting in 2012 after the release of Innocence of Muslims, a film that sparked violent protests across the Muslim world. The site was reinstated when YouTube agreed to maintain a country-specific version for Pakistan, allowing the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, PTA, to remove any material it deems offensive. Similarly, TikTok and Wikipedia have been repeatedly banned and unbanned for allegedly spreading vulgarity or blasphemous content. Imran Khan's removal from office in 2022 through a vote of no confidence marked the start of a sharp escalation in Pakistan's restrictions on internet freedom. Khan, accusing the military of orchestrating his ouster, held mass rallies and fiercely criticized the military on social media. His immense popularity emboldened many Pakistanis to break long-held taboos and publicly criticize the military online. The PTA, led by a retired Major General of the Pakistan military, frequently suspends mobile phone and internet services during protests, going as far as shutting down the internet when Khan addressed his followers online. After traditional media outlets were banned from airing Imran Khan's name or image following riots sparked by his arrest, the tech-savvy PTI shifted its focus entirely to social media. This poured fuel on the flames of online dissent, already intensified by Khan's massive digital presence. In response, the government banned X, formerly Twitter, in the lead-up to the 2024 election, a platform where Khan's 20 million followers and PTI dominated the discourse. After the election, a fragile coalition government, heavily dependent on military support, paved the way for an institutional power grab by the armed forces. Under General Munir, the military expanded its influence to levels reminiscent of Pakistan's periods of direct military rule. This included broadening its business interests and taking control of economic policymaking through the Special Investment Facilitation Council, effectively sidelining the Ministry of Finance. This consolidation of power includes the complete takeover of the Interior Ministry. The Interior Minister, Mohsin Naqvi, is a military ally rather than a member of the ruling Pakistan Muslim League, while the Parliamentary Secretary is a retired military officer. With both the Interior Ministry and the PTA firmly under military control, the army now exercises full authority over censorship policy and has a clear path to further restrict internet freedoms. At a security forum in Islamabad, General Munir called for stricter regulation of online speech, citing the threat of digital terrorism, a vaguely defined term that rights groups fear could be used to suppress criticism of the military. Pakistan's top advisory body on religious affairs declared VPN use to be against Sharia law, whilst the Interior Ministry ordered a nationwide block on VPNs and introduced a mandatory registration process for approved users. The military's expanding control over the internet has already slowed connectivity in Pakistan to a crawl, raising suspicions that the state is preparing to implement a China-style firewall. While such measures may suppress dissent, they are likely to inflict significant damage on Pakistan's fragile economy. Government internet shutdowns and internet throttling, where internet speeds are restricted so severely that anything beyond simple text-based communication becomes impossible, cost the world economy $9 billion in 2023. Pakistan's share of this cost is growing. In 2023, internet shutdowns cost Pakistan more than $200 million and affected 82 million people. Beyond the immediate financial loss, these disruptions discourage companies from investing in Pakistan, compounding the damage. Despite setting a $25 billion IT export target over the next 5 years, the government's policies contradict its ambitions. Instead of improving digital infrastructure, Pakistan has implemented restrictive measures that create more hurdles for the IT sector. The recent VPN ban is a prime example. IT companies worldwide rely on VPNs to securely access client systems, a basic expectation in industries where data protection and cybersecurity are essential. Whilst legitimate businesses can register to use VPNs, it creates another hurdle, only making doing business in Pakistan harder than it already is. Additionally, the internet shutdowns and the VPN ban are driving a rapid decline in Pakistan's freelance ecosystem, disrupting the livelihoods of those who rely on the internet to earn a living. Around 300,000 freelancers work in tech, one of Pakistan's few growing export sectors, while hundreds of thousands more depend on services like food delivery and ride-hailing apps. During political protests, internet often slows to a crawl, making ride-hailing apps unusable and leaving drivers stranded and without a means to earn a living. Freelancers suffer even greater setbacks, with lost income and falling ratings on digital platforms due to forced downtime. Many lose clients to competitors in India and the Gulf, and unreliable internet prevents them from attending calls or meeting deadlines, leaving them no choice but to accept lower rates despite their skills. Some Pakistanis don't have the patience to wait for the political situation to improve. With political instability, unemployment, low standards of living, sky-high inflation, and now the state seemingly turning off the internet, it's no wonder Pakistan is witnessing severe brain drain. In 2023, almost 1 million Pakistanis emigrated, including 100,000 highly educated professionals such as doctors, engineers, IT experts, and accountants. For many, the VPN ban and constant internet shutdowns will be the straw that broke the camel's back. Capital naturally flows toward open societies with fewer restrictions. By creating barriers, Pakistan risks driving away opportunities, isolating itself from the global economy, and being left behind in an increasingly digital world. Such policies only serve to empower the entrenched elite, who dominate unproductive sectors like real estate and the production of basic commodities such as flour and sugar, while discouraging progress in fields that can absorb Pakistan's youthful demographic into meaningful employment. Pakistan stands at a crossroads. Will it embrace opportunity or deepen its isolation? I've been your host, Albert. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.